Welcome to another episode of Field Phone Ops. Today we're going to look at the U.S. Army's EE-5 field telephone. So here we go. Okay, this is an EE-5 field telephone. These were developed by the U.S. military. They actually developed from a Western Electric Railroad telephone. These basically were the first field phones that the U.S. military had. They went from the EE-3 and EE-4, which were in wooden cases, to this phone, which is in a leather case, which made it a lot smaller and lighter. This came out basically at the tail end of World War I, and replaced a lot of the other previous phones. Had, in addition to telephones, they also had a teletype buzzer in it. So they discovered during World War I that the buzzer part was not good in trench warfare, so they got rid of it, and this is the first phone they came up with. There's not really any external markings on it. It had straps, had a carry strap on it, and actually had a strap system that actually helped hold it shut right there. Magneto cranks right there, stored inside the case. Not really any markings used. Sort of funny. We'll go ahead and open it up and flips the case. This is the actual instructions on how to set and operate it. It was piece of paper. You can see they varnished over it. The varnish is cracking. I would like to see if I could find a what that says, and I'll put another one in there. As you can see, this leather case is starting to get falling apart. The threading's ripping out of it, so I'm sort of worried about a lot of handling on it. This is the inside of it. It's got an actually wooden cover right here. Here's the hand magneto right here. Pop it out. I couldn't really find any kind of serial numbers. Come on out of there. There we go. Any kind of serial numbers or anything on these, but there's an identifying number of a D14843 on there. Not sure what that is. These are the actual binding posts for connecting. These two are for connecting field wire, and these two are for connecting an external battery. There's actually a compartment right here in the side. I don't really want to open it because of the leather. If you take these two screws out, the compartment folds down. It has a battery that looks like this. This actual battery is a signal core battery. It's made in I think 1932, 4.5 volts. This is the kind of battery that powered it. And this battery, this flat folded down, and this battery slid into it. I don't have this battery, so we don't have the chance to use it. This is it right here. It's got this handset in here. This is a Western Electric D148, I think it's 48 handset. It's got a PTT on it. This handset was actually patented in 1903. The phone itself, like I said, I have no idea when it was made. There's no kind of identifying marks on the inside of it, anything for serial numbers. But this is it. Handset is pretty heavy, push to talk. It sounds a little tinny, but I'm thinking this is like a 90-year-old phone, so that's probably how it's going to sound. I actually have two of these phones, and when I purchased them, I got one in the case and one of them not in the case, so the case is all beat up. So this is what the inside looks like. Pretty remarkable. The old wiring in that, big old condenser on it. It's actually a cast aluminum case that it fits in right there. Is the old schematic of what how it operates. Like I said, it's got the old cloth cord. And that's it. This handset doesn't work. It's got a bad microphone element in it. I had to take pieces from both phones to get this one to work. Thank you to the U.S. Air Force for that T-38 going over. Okay, we'll let him go by. The sound of freedom. A lot of parts of this handset to make that one operational. And I did discover that the microphone element, you can take the microphone element out of a TA312 phone. It'll work in this. I have to do some internal physical modifications. That's for another day. Okay, so what the plan is now, I'm going to go ahead and power down. We're actually going to hook the EE-5 up to an EE-8 telephone, and we'll compare them a little bit. Okay, I got it hooked up to my EE-8. Basically, the EE-8 replaced these phones. The last reference I could find was in 1942. They referenced the EE-3, EE-4, EE-5 phones. And what happened as EE-8s came out, they basically replaced these. So basically they will talk to each other, and they're referenced in the manual about being able to talk to each other. So the first thing we'll do, I'll go ahead and I'll call from the EE-5 to the EE-8. Here we go. Actually, oh, there my leather just broke. Damn it. Oh well. Okay. I had to do a lot of oiling on this, get this magneto to work, but it worked. We're going to do an audio check. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2, 3. As you can see, the push to talk in this is a little bit finicky. I don't know if I want to take this apart and try to adjust it or just live with the way it is. Okay, now we're going to call the other way. We're going to call from the EE-8 to the EE-5. Doesn't really have a bell like the EE-8 has. It has more of a piece of metal. It just clicks against, but you can hear how loud it is. Not really loud. There's no way to adjust the volume. You got what you got. This, like I said, this was used at the beginning of World War II. Actually, believe it or not, these are actually given. A lot of these were given out in Lend-Lease. So I'm thinking that they took a bunch from the U.S. military had. When they gave the U.S. military EE-8s, they handed these out to probably the British and the Russians for Lend-Lease. But that's it. Hope you learned something, and thanks for watching.